Hello, everybody. Mike from the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike podcast here with another live music commentary, analysis, reaction, whatever you want to call it. Today, I am looking at a performance of Black from MTV Unplugged by the group Pearl Jam. I am not familiar with this song or this performance. However, I'm familiar, of course, with Pearl Jam. It's funny, when the first couple of Pearl Jam albums came out, I was very much in that hair metal world. So I kind of saw Pearl Jam and Nirvana as being the party poopers, you know, the people coming in from the outside and kind of spoiling the fun for everybody. So I was never really into those first two Pearl Jam albums, apart from, you know, the singles that were very well known, you know, Jeremy, Alive, Even Flow, those songs. Daughter, that's another one. But aside from that, it was really their later career, like albums like No Code and Binaural, that I knew when they started to become, I guess, more of a classic rock group. And I'd moved away and my music taste had developed and, dare I say, matured a little bit. And I could see the folly of my ways and of my youth. But those first two albums, those first two Pearl Jam albums are still a bit of a blank spot for me. And I do still associate that era as being a bit of a, oh gosh, you know, look at these miserable bastards. But I realise again, you know, that was then, this is now. So I'm going to watch Black and see what all the fuss was about from those early 90s days of Pearl Jam. So quick reminder to like and subscribe to the channel. Also check out the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike audio podcast, where we rewatch some of our favourite TV shows. And there are also loads of other music performance reactions on this channel, as well as other film and TV commentary and general pop culture goodness. But let's watch and listen to some Pearl Jam from MTV Unplugged. This is Black. Forgot to mention, people watching the channel for the first time, I do talk. I don't just sit here and passively watch. I will pause occasionally and give a few thoughts as we go. That's just how I do. I would recommend that you don't follow my terrible example. If you haven't seen this performance before, maybe go and watch it before I completely butcher it. Great delicate vocals there.
Lay spread out before me, as her body wants to. Oh, five horizons revolved around the sun, as the earth to the sun. Yeah, now the air I tasted and breathed is taking a turn.
Yeah, it's really tight. And Eddie Vedder is one of those vocalists, a little bit like Michael Stipe, where there's such sensitivity, but also power as well. And using that microphone and kind of, you know, you see him kind of getting in the zone a little bit off microphone and moving in. And that's something that you see a lot from Michael Stipe. And yeah, so far, really, really great, focused, in the zone performance here.
And all I thought her was everything. How quick the sun can drop away. And now my bitter hand, great old broken glass of what was everything. Oh, the picture's sad. Oh, the walls of red, tattooed everything. I take a walk outside. I'm surrounded by some kids playing.
I love there's a kind of floatiness to this song. it feels like, I mean, and obviously it's picking up and it's becoming a little bit more aggressive here, but it does just feel like you're sort of like floating on the air, and then it builds and then you're back there. It's a really interesting dynamic, and the kind of snappiness of the drums really adds to that as well. And of course, Vedder's sort of ethereal vocals add to that sensation as well. Wow, yeah. So that main hook is really coming through as well. And I got to say as well, I assume this is quite an iconic performance, because I noticed that famous footage of Adam Sandler doing the parody. He's wearing the same clothes. So I guess, I mean, I've got no memory of seeing this performance, but when I think of Pearl Jam, this is kind of how I think of them looking. So I'm guessing that this is pretty iconic in that regard. But yeah, really, what a great band. I get the impression that most of the band can sing, and the two guitarists are doing really different things. And I always appreciate it when that's the case with 5-piece, 2 guitar bands. And Vedder is just he's almost got that kind of Jim Morrison thing of really inhabiting and kind of haunting the song. And haunting is definitely a word that I picked for this. I don't know what the song's about. This is probably not the best way of first experiencing it. But, there is that real sense of detachment and sadness here, of course. But yeah, this is a band that are very focused and very serious, but also really, really beautiful and capable of making music that sounds great. Particularly, I'm guessing that the album version of this song is perhaps not as acoustic as this. I don't know, but yeah, this is really something. Primal. Cat a whale there. Wow, yeah, so I was an idiot back in the early 90s, not liking Pearl Jam because killing my buzz when I was trying to listen to Cinderella or Skid Row or whoever it was. Yeah, I mean, just the emotional sincerity of that and how in tune and kind of in concert with each other. The band were as well. I mean, technically, it was extremely well performed, and there was a real focus and sensitivity to Vedder's vocals. But at the same time, he really brought the grunts, and really brought that pit of the stomach pain and soul and blues out there. That was something. I could totally see why people were blown away by this at the time. But so hey, more Pearl Jam recommendations. I'm really curious. They're a kind of a bit of a shameful gap aside from a couple of albums there in the late 90s and early 2000s. Tell me what I need to react to next. I'm really, really curious. And a quick reminder as well that I really appreciate comments on the YouTube channel, as well as likes and subscribes. And also check out the Rewatch Project with Hannah and Mike podcast that shares this channel and all the other bits of pop culture goodness that I have there as well. And I will be back with another edition of Front Row very, very soon. Thank you.